Oh man, we are back with more Ace Attorney. Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. It is a lovely, beautiful day. It is also our anniversary as my husband comes in putting the ribs we've got for our anniversary dinner on the smoker today. So it'll be kind of back and forth in the background, but you know, that's life. But yeah, hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. EK, thank you so much for the happy anniversary. It is indeed happy. We are blessed with each other, for sure. And how is everyone doing? How is your Tuesday? It's so weird, it doesn't feel like a Tuesday. It's like, I guess just because it's our anniversary and one of those special things, and it's like, it feels like a holiday, so like your schedule feels off in a way. Hey Weber, how are you doing? But we are back with more Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. So yesterday, we did not only Case 1, we also started Case 2, the Stolen Turnabout. So we are going to be meeting the new prosecutor today that everyone's been talking about, Godot. So we'll find out about him. Doesn't feel like it's almost a week till Christmas either. It doesn't! Oh my gosh. It feels like December has flown by, and yet at the same time it's been, like, I don't know, slow. It's weird. But that's how it is every year. It always feels different whenever Christmas is coming around. But it's nice. But yeah. So I guess we'll just go ahead and just jump right into it, just instead of... We'll just see how this goes. Again, today will be a slightly shorter stream, just again, since it is our anniversary and whatnot. We've got dinner and all the other things we're doing. So we'll still be going for for a few hours, so. But we will just be a little bit shorter than we are normally today. Alright. Trial day 1! Hey Nick! What is it? Something wrong? Good about you? I'm doing good, thank you. Enjoy the lurk. Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the mask glossy I bought. Are people out there selling merch? You bought this where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. Yes. I don't know how they would allow something like this to happen in the front of a courthouse, do y'all? You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Oh. Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me! Dude, who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Which is hard, because you have a very pretty face. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! He's at it again. Poor dude. It's interesting, though, that we're taking on, like, a crime case. We're not taking on a murder case this time around, so this is kind of different for Phoenix. I sent the calling card to Lord Lee Taylor, I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you did it, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Yikes. Poor guy. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict. Please? No! You think Phoenix wants to give people a guilty verdict? What is this? Not Ace Attorney? Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, it's Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Admirable, but how? You see, actually the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. Well, he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. She is pretty, though. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is mask to mask or not. There's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. This is gonna be an interesting one, especially since our client is already like, yeah, I'm guilty. Be like, dude, why are we defending you? Ooh. New prosecutor! Which means new prosecutor theme. Oh man. That's the one thing about these games, is whenever you meet a new prosecutor, they always have a new prosecutor theme. So this is going to be interesting. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron D. Light. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Aye. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Ooh. Are you ready for it? I won't go there. Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I'm Godot. Legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Oh, baby. Smooth jazz for a prosecutor theme? Oh my gosh. Shoot. Okay, I dig it. Especially for him. And they always seem to nail, like, the prosecutors in their themes. Like, my gosh. Sorry, I just got a vibe to this for a second. This is good. Alright, I get it. Ah, he's the one that Detective Abney was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. Big reputation? Sorry, I'll stop making references. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha! None. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Then how are you a legendary prosecutor? I mean, you certainly make an impression, but still. Never? You said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask? In a court of law? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. Ooh. Smooth jazz and kind of poetic? Ooh. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Trite. What? I can't tell if he made a... if he's slighting me or mispronouncing his name. I don't know. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell. What? To do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor. I guess in a way that gives you an idea of how to pronounce his name. Because I know, like, I could see people mistaking it for, like, Godot or Go... or whatever. But it's like, it sounds French, almost, where it's like, you know, the Godot. Something like that. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. What? What? I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder, how much can you withstand before you and your case break into? Oh. Oh. He is smooth. He is smooth without being... Oh my gosh. Dang, okay. We got a smooth operator over here. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Gumshoe! Here's our boy. My name is... No one asked for your name, witness. Dang! Just slighted our boy! The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening. Dang! Smooth and sharp. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Smooth and sharp. Good gosh, this guy. Mask to Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. No one asked for the dude's sass, but here we are. Oh gosh. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after the only most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. So then the actual identity of this Mask to Mask is... Mr. Godot, what are you... What? We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Oh. So he's a coffee fan, okay. Who's giving him coffee? That's an excellent question, especially sliding it down to him like a little bartender. I mean, he kind of looks like he's dressed like a Western bartender, but you know. This guy. I guess it's fitting that he's smooth and sharp, because it's like coffee. Sheesh. I mean, I'm getting a feel on this guy, but my gosh. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well. It's only coffee, after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask to Mask who stole the urn. Something. Alright. Alright, press everything. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zavari, author on thieves. No, Gumshoe, please! Do not start picking up Look at Me's mannerisms. I like you more than him. Bless. An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butter fingers. Oh, Phoenix! Oh, dang. Phoenix is coming out swinging too today. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal, except maybe for the thief's mom, that is. Oh, snap! But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zavari, do you? Who is this person? Zavari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. He's gotta match Godot's sass. Yep. I believe that. Oh, I see. Seems you're not the expert you claim to be. Ooh. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. Send his calling card. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. Huh. So what? The one that, Adrian Andrews didn't turn it over to the police, but gave it to us? Interesting. Alright, people starting it out early today. Again, I guess maybe I'm doing something right. If people like to hear me voice act again. Get the clock and put 20 minutes on it. But thank you, Ever, for using your duck bucks and requesting voice acting. I do hope I do it justice. Alright. Let's get a sip of water. Alright. So I didn't see this one till after the crime occurred. No, I've got to give him. So I didn't see this one till after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atme stopped Mrs. Andrews from taking it to the police.
Is the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic?
Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public.
But you're absolutely certain that this card is real?
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about mask-to-mask's emblem. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think of a good one for Godot. It's his fifth heist. His fifth heist? And your fifth screw-up, huh? Dang! Objection, pal! That ain't fair! Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times! But this last time wasn't my fault! I didn't even know about the calling card this time! You, of all people, shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. Precious art. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of a Manon.
What's that, some kind of especially salty teardrop?
Dude. No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. And after that, that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right?
But it isn't difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces.
Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. Judge up to his ignorance again, yep. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself.
I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, here's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
And so, since the robbery seems to fit all those connections...
That's right. It means that Mask to Mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask to Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mask to Mask. But... Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Mask to Mask that did it? Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask to Mask that did it. Okay, so we're going through... Let me pause this just for a second. So, we've got all of our information, we've pressed everything. Oh, hang on. Supposedly priceless but has no monetary value. I think this is it, because it's like, yeah, they kind of assumed it was, you know, 0 and such. So this doesn't seem like something he would do. Let's hope. Got it. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? Sorry, Maya. No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
Ooh.
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I meant that in the worst sense.
So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask to Mask would normally go after. Got him.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask to Mask?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask to Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone intimidating Mask to Mask methods. A fake.
A fake Mask to Mask?
Fake to Mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake to Mask. Huh. Hold on. The emblem on his chest. It's not there. Guess let's try it. Okay. The proof is right here.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. That right there. It's right here, of course. You mean Mask to Mask? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? Better than nothing. The problem I have with the security photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
Breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
What? Judge, please. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now.
But the Mask to Mask in the security camera photo. Ah! He has no brooch! That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask to Mask is a fake! I've been fooled again! Got him.
Order! It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Huh. The brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? Ah! That's Master Mask's brooch!
Where did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Ami Face statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too.
What? Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rondelight's fingerprints. What?
What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch?
Uh-oh. We might have problems.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
I mean, it appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Yeah! Huh, you mess with Godot. And you get burned. Yowzers. He's been playing me like a violin. Okay, I had 2 references for that one, but whatever. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. We are big reputation today, my gosh. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. Ouch. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff?
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Oh no! What am I gonna do about this guy? Hang on. I'm already doing like 3 distinct, 4 technically, male voices. And I've got to come up with some kind of obnoxious one for this guy, because he is obnoxious. Alright, remember, I'm pausing the timer on these when I'm debilitating, or deliberating and thinking, just so we get like the maximum amount of time. So. Again, this is fun though, even though I'm trying to think to myself how to come up with all these kinds of voices, having kind of a, you know, female voice that I do for trying to come up with male voices. I'm gonna figure this out. I might have an idea for how Atme is going to sound. And of course these are going to like evolve over time as I kind of either get into a feel or a groove with the voice and such, so we'll see. Alright. 1 second is 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. I'm going a little French with him. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Huh, not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. Dang! If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Dang! How is this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
Alright, dude. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. Now he's going British. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mass, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witnesses seemed so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Oh boy. This guy. Okay. Again, press everything. So that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Warehouse. Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it?
Up to this point, I've tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too. Haven't you always said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before? Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was only applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is.
Oh, stay up!
In any case. Dancingly descended. From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended? Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his supplely camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes. by a fire extinguisher. Ouch. Case 2-1. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I had more brains to begin with. Wow. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then... Wait, 30 minutes? About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Oh, I think I know what he's talking about. Maybe. No, not that. Because it was right before 1 o'clock, and he's already got the urn. And if he was out there... I'm gonna try this. Nope. Okay. Fine. Hang on. I'll go down. Okay, so these two things match up. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, okay. Oh, because didn't he say something about he must have came in the door? And then he wouldn't have noticed him. And if he was already coming out of the warehouse... Mm. Hmm. Trying to think. They made a point about the photo. And this was where he was, how he came in. Let me try presenting this photo, because I think it's like, if you assume, if Atme is saying he probably came in from the entrance, but then it's already taking a photo of him coming in the warehouse via the warehouse from the storage door instead of the entrance, then that seems like a big contradiction. Hopefully. Ah, come on. Water. Let me do this real quick. Just to be safe. Oh! If he turned around and saw him, he wouldn't have had a blow to the back of his head. Okay. No! Frick. Dang, it's like I hate that there are parts, like even in the beginning, where you just get caught up. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in? He says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. Oh. And Godot did bring up the brooch. What happens if the bar depletes? If it depletes, it's a game over. And we go back to where our previous save was, unfortunately. So it's like it's just instant, you know, you're guilty, game over. It does get refilled. I think between cases or whatnot. Okay. Okay. Because if Godot said he found it in the basement somehow, and it looked like it was torn off in a struggle, but he says there was no blow. Okay. Okay. We got it. Alright. Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Or special eyes? Oh. Alright. That is it, so thank you, Ever, for using your duck bucks for 20 minutes of voice acting. Alright. Uh-huh. This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch-nemesis, Master Mask. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have such a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night, you, Detective Atme. Autumn. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. Well, you certainly didn't say that to the chick before, although that was 5 years ago, but you obviously let a lot of people slide on perjury, but whatever. No. Wait just a moment, Sir Oldtimer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. Have you? The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely. Fine. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his foam fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true, bam! And then that's all she wrote. So, you didn't talk about how you came to have possibly ripped his brooch off of his chest? So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask? Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. Probably wasn't hard to render him senseless. Nope. Nope. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. That much is obvious. That can't be good. Oh, Judge. Ooh, Allegretto? The sped up term for music. Allegro? Maybe it's Allegro or Allegro. I forget. Indeed. Okay, it's Matrue looked away for a brief moment. Just press everything. Okay, it is Allegro. Spirit and Nikke were right. How did you look away from the door, anyway? In addition to the camera, I prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. Minstrel senses of music question, yes. I always blank on the term when the music picks up as what you know things are getting serious in the cross-examination cases. How are you, Minstrel? So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask him more questions? So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me, Luke Atme. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? Okay, let me go back here and ask about the sensors. What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air-conditioned ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. There's a cat door? What? Why is there a cat door in a basement warehouse and in a department store? I mean, I won't argue if the place has a cat mascot, not whatsoever, no. I hooked up heat-detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. I don't know, if there's a cat door and we're talking about a burglar, I can't help but think of Cat Arrive. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide me the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? Not yet. What does that mean? Discombobulated. Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. Grabbed a weapon. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shichi Shito. So the thief armed himself with the sword. And what about yourself, witness? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club. Out of how many? I'm sorry if I fail to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch-nemesis, Mask to Mask. This guy's a real piece of work. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious, Lord. Powericious? Alright, we're gonna snooze that ad, see if we can't get to a conclusion before the ad goes off. Yeah, powericious. I assumed the Atme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? Yeah, you were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? Is Powericious like Fergalicious? Who knows? They did make a reference to that Fergie Milkshake song in the other case, so... I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's only one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This look at me guy. He's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Huh. Okay, I have a crazy thought. Because he was saying it was right next to the door where he came out, but both the statue and the photo prove the statue wasn't right next to the door at the time the crime occurred. So... Dang it. Future reference, Pio Mosso is the general Italian for moving to a faster tempo. Allegro is generally faster than allegretto, but those types of tempo terms have only a general hierarchy and can vary according to interpretation of a specific metronome mark, if a specific metronome mark isn't given. Generic metronome marks have been encoded by metronome makers over time, but those numbers may be more marketing than precise understanding. Okay, what would you label this then, Minstrel? Because it's like, you know, we have the, like, the slow starting, cross-examination themes, but then it's like they pick up in tempo. So would it be... I'm guessing you would say it would be called a Pio Mosso. For moving faster. Or just in a way that it, like, picks up to a faster tempo. And I appreciate the info. I always do. Trying to figure out... So we're kind of starting to pick up vibes that this guy is not all he's cracked up to be, even as a detective. What is this at me fighting stance? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But, I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall, that way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the at me fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Oh, no, that was important. Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. Here we go. This is what we needed. As ridiculous as it sounds, this is what we needed. Head timer, please. Hang on. Alright. We'll try and make use of our snoozes. Okay. If he had his back to the wall... But the Shichishido says it knocked him out with a blow to the back of his head, somehow. It's our last bit, but I think this is it. Yes! Okay. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet of my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch-nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with the security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Ooh. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mask to Mask. Yarr! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask to Mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? Master Maximo is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atme, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the thief's identity... What? Hello? No! Dude! What the heck? Oh my gosh. Well, Godot Blend number 102. My personal favorite. Poor Phoenix. Mr. Godot. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. That it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective is really the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. Then it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Ooh. Giving him first-degree burns or third-degree burns here, my gosh. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly! Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? You alright, Nick? Abby looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it?
We gonna find out!
The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact mask to mask. We don't have anything on our person that proves it, but there was that crazy bag in his room, or his office, or whatever it was. It's like, oh, there's something heavy and smooth, and round in his bag. So, it has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Huh, just what I thought. The man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. Oh. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... What? Who? Who are you? Desiree? It doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. What? What? Well, I guess we kind of picked the right answer, but what? Desiree, what did you do? Saying this was your theory yesterday, you're pretty confident he's guilty. We'll see. Did you just commit larceny? That's the right definition of a crime I'm thinking of. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well... That's... the sacred urn! Nick! It's the urn! Order, order, order! You! Madam! That urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Objection. The case is in the bag. Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. And also I'm out of snoozes and ads are coming up. Crap. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yes. What about it? Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. Well, what are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. Alright, I am out of snoozes. We need to run ads. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We only try to run only 3 minutes of ads per hour to turn off pre-rolls for anybody that's coming in. This is a good chance for you guys and for me to stand up, stretch, take a break, and all that stuff. Again, we don't want anything to go down while ads are playing, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we will be right back before. Again, it's kind of hard to time the ads with Ace Attorney, just because of like where stuff falls and how long it takes you to either read, speak, or deduct all of these things and such. So, we will go ahead and take a break so nobody misses anything, and we will be right back. Objection by coffee might be my favorite kind so far. Yeah, more coffee to throw at people. Oh gosh. Are we gonna have to get a mug? Sheesh. Alright, we'll be right back, peeps. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. You wanna play this game, see if he has have an excuse to cosplay as Godot? I mean... Alright. Let us continue. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Miss Delight. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. I mean, we could talk about that we found it, but that seems too convenient either. Wait, if Phoenix touched it though, I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up! Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put on there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. She polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend, Godot Blend number 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Got him! We got him! Order, order, order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. Well, what are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake, and it's December! You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask to Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Bless. Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atmy's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. What? You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you. I mean... Not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Ron! Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief. The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want. It's me. Hi. Okay. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please! I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but... The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judgment. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Bless. Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are masked a mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay then, talk. We're all listening. Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession. Oh boy. Well, this wasn't as neat and tidy as we thought it was gonna be. The truth is, I've been mask to mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually mask to mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. And you didn't think to pick it up? Child? I don't like the direction this trial has taken. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me, anyway. Huh. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot, you're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? And if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise, too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true mask to mask. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best. Dude! Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Yeah. This is something else. You may think you're the real mask to mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet. About my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. He hasn't told his wife. Let's just press it harder. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she believed me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals. If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with? Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-holic. So you do have a complicated family situation after all. Bless. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg you. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real mask to mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim, for a change? Come on, Nick, you know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree, it's time to put it to work already. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be mask to mask. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyway, I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all. You've got no alibi? I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. And I tell you, I was in Lordsley Taylor that night. No. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... Ha! You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Yes. I have the evidence, or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. Dang. I thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. He can smell it since his hair is still wet from it. Yeah. That's right, he found his wallet, and if it was found this morning... Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Ah, yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. Ah, no, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordsley Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee! Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day at school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The keycard to KB Security's CEO's office. No! Huh, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. Ugh, this stupid kid. Stupid kid, he's only like 3 years younger than you. But Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night. Well... Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? Ah! That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically it says, bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, alright. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. No, 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 no! Amazingly, he can scream while he's also chugging coffee. Order, order, order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. Well, what are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But, did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that? At least I know what I think of you.
Fight, 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 fight!
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night. Oh, no. Oh, no. Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor. Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. Yowzers. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. You mean the one where it's almost Christmas? Rip. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh. The question at hand is this keycard. Yep, that's the keycard they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You need it to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover this truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Blah! Got him. Say, well... Well, Mr. Godot, the name of the CEO of... The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, the card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. But that means... It can't be Mr. Delight dressed as mask to mask in this photo. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good old cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be mask to mask. Good job, you did it, Nick! We're getting somewhere. That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Anyone else experiencing deja vu? Besmirching him with the title of thief, yeah. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty. Let's go! We got our not guilty! Court is now adjourned. Alright, we did it. This is a short case. We'll take those. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Dude's gonna be bouncing off the walls with all that coffee. He kind of seems like a guy that habitually drinks coffee, so who knows. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Oh, pearls! I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, she's the defendant's wife? You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ow. Ouch, she slapped me. Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow, double slap. Well, you know. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky boy here. And actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. We won the case. And why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh, but I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Kane Bullard. Where have I heard that name before? Oh, no. Oh, no. Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. Oh, no! 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You've figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbrued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I am a thief, I tell you. Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy. Who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Oh boy. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Oh, Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? To be continued. Sheesh. Well, that was certainly a thing. Now we've got some investigating to do. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose, I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Karine Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some quality time together, full of love and happiness, Pearl. She is the captain of this ship. And even Maya was like, it's not it. Pearl is so caught up in her fantasy, she's forgot there's a murder to solve. Now remember, no fighting, okay? Poor Pearl. She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Yep. Well, first things first. Might as well go talk to our client again, right? I already told you, it's not me! Oh, now he's saying it's not him. A sad, pitiful one that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, and we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they've got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Alright. I guess we'll go talk to Desiree. See what she has to say. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. Miss Delight. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Ooh. Hey, Nicky boy, please. Please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. Oh, she gets the waifu theme, and she's literally a wife. Boo, I guess. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" Nick, please. He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. Ooh. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. Aww. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. Ah. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atby's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Mask to Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Atby knew more about Mask to Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said, the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. Right. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that back there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Miss Delight, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. Did someone say murder? Yes. And unfortunately it seems that we've come to declare that our client was not the thief stealing the urn at the time, but his alibi was because he was blackmailed into meeting someone at the CEO's office of KB Security, cleared his name, got him the not guilty, then come to find out that that same CEO was murdered that exact same night at the exact same time that the urn stealing crime was going on, and that supposedly that's where Ron's alibi was. So there's a lot of craziness going on. So he kind of got arrested for murder now after being cleared of larceny. Also, I just kind of realized it was completely unintentional that I decided to wear red today. It was really just to compliment Spirit since he's wearing his dapper green plaid shirt today. Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. You have a new theory you're excited to see it's right? Ooh, man. Again, this is a fantastic series, for sure. Nothing suspicious about getting blackmailed to show up at the scene of a murder, right? So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Looks like Miss Delight doesn't know. Excuse me. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Miss Delight told us the location of KB security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. Hang on, we gotta hear about love at first sight. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly! I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. Aww. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Good. Bless. Ron and the Robbers, the new boy band from KB Security. Oh gosh. Alright, guess we gotta move on. Well, this is kind of fancy. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect a CEO's office. I don't know about thick. I would expect a CEO's office to be, like, up high instead of somewhere with thick walls. What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great, you guys got what you deserve, pal. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes, I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. I mean, he is. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. I'm gonna talk to him first. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security, and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. It happened at exactly the same time that Mask to Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Oof. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Oof. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billard. Bullard? Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Mask to Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Well, like Maya said, if the shoe fits. Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Gumshoe would make a decent Santa Claus. Because he keeps saying ho 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 ho. Is that what you're saying, minstrel? Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of a Manon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... What, is that Ron? Ooh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So, what is that Java-addicted masked maniac anyway? Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right. He said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway. But, no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Honk. Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Yeah, me too. Alright, time to look around. This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? Maya, please. I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think the string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door? Oh! She can't be serious. Can she? Child. Ew. Think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so... Well, if Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open the safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight. What? Ron Delight? He was a security chief? Ron, So he knew how to open the safe, huh?
That doesn't look too good.
Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. What is that? Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah! What did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Mask to Mask. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Hey, Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tear of a Manon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mask to Mask stole. So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Yeah, just kind of like secretly make a copy, like right there in front of Gumshoe somehow. Who knows? Unless he's got it hidden in his jacket somehow. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out, just for a second. Ooh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey you, whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it! This is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. It did not occur to you, child? Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Dang. Button, button. Who's got the button? Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime. Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. It'd be a good night's reading, if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Oh, Maya. Anything else? Maya clearly never played Resident Evil 2. Nope. Alright. Guess we're off to go talk to a security guard. Oh gee, I wonder who this could be. This place looks lived in. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. KB security guard. Uh-oh. I just remembered. Larry might be. Hey, Nick, what's up? Oh, Larry. Ugh, so he is here. This type of shelves have concerned you greatly. Some university libraries feature them, but they show up in various industries as well. Oh, are they like really complicated? They kind of reminded me, since you mentioned Resident Evil 2, they kind of reminded me of the sliding bookshelves in the library in the police department of Resident Evil 2 Remake. Funny enough. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you too. Hi, Larry. Here I was, working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good. Dude, she's 19! No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? I just always worry that someone will close them and there won't be sensors to prevent them from closing together with someone in there. Oh gosh! Yeah, I could kinda understand that concern, Minstrel. Woof. Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then, and this is now. Okay. I assume there are safety fail-safes, but I still worry. That's valid. That is valid. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. You want a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron Delight was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping up. Excuse me. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up some hot chicks or something? Gee, sounds like something you would do, Larry. No, that's just you. Got him. So, what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eyes on those monitors, all the time. Well, I mean, that is security. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Oh... Larry? Oh no, I knew I smelled something bad and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? Looks like I'm going to have to break his Cyclops after all. Freaking Larry! Do we even have anything on him? Ads incoming, thank you, Minstrel. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that could could, say anything otherwise. So, can't go to the CEO's office. Okay. But we are going to go ahead and let the ads play because I'm almost out of snoozes. Plus, this is kind of a good time for us to go ahead and take a break. So I encourage you all to do the same. Stand up, stretch, go to the bathroom, snacks and beverages and all that. And when we come back, we will continue the investigation. I'll go ahead and get some more water. Maybe a throat lozenge because my throat can feel it. Feel it from all this talking. I've also kind of noticed that it's like when I'm talking, that it's somehow, I guess, circulating like all this, you know, to be exact, it's like making it where all this like mucus is moving, so I'm feeling like just everything is moving because of all the vibrations of my throat and my sinus passages. But anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and get some more water, and I suggest you guys do the same. We'll let the ads play and we'll be right back. Okay, I think the ads should be just about up, which is good timing. I can smell the ribs smoking from out here, or from over here. Alright. Okay, we are back, so thank you everybody for your patience. I guess let's look around and see. Did someone say ribs? Yes! That's what we decided is our anniversary dinner tonight. Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey Larry, what are they? Did you say Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? Oh. Hey Larry, that's her jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? Uh-oh. So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? Thank you, Minstrel, for the happy anniversary. It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Something is written on this poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile at thy superior. Number 4, salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. Oh boy. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you'll come face to face with her real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Well. That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Why do I feel like you're going to encounter this Wendy Oldbag? Who knows? Those screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. I was more looking at the chocolate milk, but whatever. And it's my job to keep a steady eye on them. All of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. And how do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of an investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright? Larry, Larry, Larry. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What do you want to do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what a security professionals call teamwork. Even Maya and Pearls can run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Smells like old bag. Examine everything with even a whiff of old bag on it. These achievements. Bless. I guess there's nothing else important here. So yeah, you were right, Minstrel. We actually did kind of get an encounter with, Old Bag. I guess there's nothing else we can do with him. Okay, let's try. Let's see if we can shake him. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? Didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? Ah, but that was... And this is... That was that, and this is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never! I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow, now that's confidence. What's with that drenched-in-the-rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, we need to break him, but I don't think, aside from him being the one that found that wallet, it says anything. This is the proof that Ron DeLite was here at the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and this key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLite some more about those two things. Is Larry part shark? He's got some chompers, yeah. You're not wrong. I guess we'll head back for now. The Treasures of Karine exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about our spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Mask-to-Mask's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Oh. Whoa, that's brilliant, Nick! We could clean up and be filthy rich! Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. See if there's anything else going on down here, maybe. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging around down here for? So, how is it going? What about the Sacred Urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mask-to-Mask's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Mask-to-Mask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the Sacred Urn after all. I guess so. What? So Mask-to-Mask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he operates. It's just what he says, so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Damask pretty well. I'm so glad that you got your urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Well, why would I? Uh-oh. Everybody's lying! Cyclops. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Looking box. Oh. As it turned out that Atme was the real thief, it's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Camera. Photo. Oh, no, that's the camera. Yeah, me thinks there's a lot more going on here than we know about. And try. Alright, do we have anything we can do with her? Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Oh. We've got to wait for Pearls to come back. Okay. Well, she's not back yet, sadly. Guess we'll go here for now. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect? Now that they know he was actually masked to mask, this must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. Wasn't he in charge of the mask-to-mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Got the hearth. Photo. Nothing of interest. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if he's back. Oh. Alright, we're missing something. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. but there's something a little different about it. Don't question at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I Am. This is very random, but I assume Lordly Taylor is a reference to Lord and Taylor? Yeah. That's what I'm assuming, too. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about that when she gets back to Karine Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Karine Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Karine Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is that what happened is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Karine technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the Master of Karine is going to be a heavy responsibility. So what do we do now? Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate the murder? Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Miss Delight... stuff... Mr. Delight... I mean, we've talked to Miss Delight, we've been to KB Security. He's not back yet from interrogation. Nothing there, nothing there. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner earlier that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. Do you know about this? Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. Yowzers. I get the feeling there's something we still need from, Larry. Which, I mean, I kinda have an idea. Let me try something. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. Maya, you keep getting his name wrong, worse and worse. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick, now is our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Ah! Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of his secrets doing this kind of work. Oh, and? And I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too! I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Ooh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. What? Really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyway? Well, Mr. Delight used to work at KB Security, right? What was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. Murder, his wallet, a key card. Right? Excuse me. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold. That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me. Oh, gumshoe. Nothing else. There was nothing else in the office. I guess we better try to get some details out of Larry. Because he was the one that found it, and it was found right around the time of the murder. Do this. Is Gumshoe not getting paid enough? That's kind of a rolling gag with this series, Minstrel, is that it always seems like, unfortunately, Gumshoe is always, like, not making enough or always getting a pay decrease for whatever reason. Or, like, incompetency in his job. Alright, nerd. So I think I obviously need something from him. Okay. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar! You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 o'clock in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murderer might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Oh, right, the record. Larry, when you use this keycard, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. That keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Who did they get it from then? Genius? Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Hey! Don't bring me into this! Yeah, no! Alright. Got him! Ooh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault! Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If you got punched by her new boyfriend, something tells me something else was going on, but that's not the point of this case right now. So is that why you left the security guard office? Well, I'm sorry! It's all my fault! How can I ever make it up for Nick? What can I do? What? He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey, how about the card records? Hey Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Ick! Oh. So what about this? Huh? Maya, you shouldn't have. A love letter for me? No, sorry. This is a blackmail letter. What? How do you know about that, Maya? Huh? How much is Alexis demanding this time? Huh? Who is this Alexis? Didn't we show him this letter yesterday, too? I'm pretty sure we did. Lord. Ah, that's the wallet I found. You found it when you snuck out of work to get socked in the kisser, right? I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If only I had been more responsible at work. It sounds like you need to be more responsible in your love life too, buddy. I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together. No! Womanizer. Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass is half full, am I right? Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. So, was this the card that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man. What else? The CEO of our company. He was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kinda noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be CEO, I want to be just like him. And don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. I.e. pay you the lowest wages. Oh huh, hates cowards, huh? That Desi is one awesome lady, alright. It's been a long time since I've felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time. I mean, at least she's closer to your age, but she's still married! Larry isn't exactly a linear thinker, is he? Nope. A long time, huh? Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya. She's 19! I don't think he even knows what he's saying anymore. What other evidence are we supposed to show that might do something? Oh, the buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. I'm gonna smack you, Larry. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepared to be wowed. Okay. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it, so that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. He needs to go work, not for a security company, he needs to go work for the lethal company. I'm sure he would be a great asset. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me, pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry could make a mistake like that. What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! Boom, 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 boom. Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m. That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Bum bum bum. The company can always use more FUD employees, right? Employees. Minstrel, have you seen anybody playing Lethal Company? It's actually a real hoot to watch some people. I know Maxie was playing with Bird the other night, and I enjoyed watching him play. Maybe. I know I've been watching Pi and the mods play. I kind of want to get Lethal Company, but we'll see. Is there anything else you want to tell us, Larry? You ding dong. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where is the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? Did you ever think reflecting might make your love life better? The game has a surprisingly catchy, batonal place in its soundtrack. It really does. Especially since they changed a little bit of the tune for like the rocket ship to be We Wish You a Merry Christmas now instead of the typical ice cream truck jingle. What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Okay. Hopefully that was it? Maybe? Okay. That was what we needed. Ah, Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight, did they finish your interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night, the Sacred Urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store. A blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time, I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Just don't have a pet with white fur to go with your black carpeting. What? Oh, 'cause the shedding. I get what you're saying. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like, it's not very easy to hide a pet with white fur on a black carpet. Although I have seen some black cats hide very well on a piece of black carpeting, so... Unless it's a panda rug, then I guess that you could hide an animal with white fur on a black carpet. Alright. Okay. Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are mask to mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Just have a live panda pretend to be the rug. Oh gosh. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So then the person dressed up as mask to mask in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atney. So that night, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor you went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the keycard to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. I do find it kind of interesting. That, that for a security office, they have, like, all, like, the security stuff and guards in the basement, and the CEO's on, like, the first floor. You feel like it would be, like, different, where it's, like, it would be, like, on the higher floor in the, like, security, but who knows. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? don't know if you guys saw that outline. Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe? Yes, that's right.
Well, that doesn't make you look any better, dude, but...
I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kinda sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Plot contrivances in this game series? Yep. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please! Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Whew, thank goodness. No, I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. What have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. Criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. Ugh. There's no job in the world that can bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I was thought anyway. So he became mask to mask for Desiree, huh? The buzzer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed. Ooh, that's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? PSA, if you find a dead body, don't move it unless it's about to be destroyed or such, and report it to the proper authorities, right? That's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it, it makes a terrible racket. Did we just rip it off the wall and put it in our pocket of evidence holding? Sorry, I just love making a lot of noise. Does this buzzer have something to do with this case? Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. After all, there were no prints on it or anything else for that matter. This list, we found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard. Hey, this is a list of all things Mask to Mask stole. And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000.
That's a lot of money.
Are you sure that's the value of the items stolen? The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that. I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. So why would he lowball them then? Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Mask to Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Mask to Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Awesome. Hey, hold the phone! The guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. Well... And as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atme found the Mask to Mask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You, you got them starting when? Tell me more, now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Ooh, boy. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of a Manon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity? Just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second, what do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box in the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? What? What are these plans you're talking about? What is this? Ace Attorney Ocean's 11? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Huh. It sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was mask to mask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Would you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans, too. Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you've just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes? Please don't hurt me. You sweet child. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? What? Ooh, boy. I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back! Hey, Pearls, what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Karine Village to have it examined. And? What did you find out? Perjury is generally a bad idea, Ron. It is. Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew! That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches? They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we've got to find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. Well, I think I know who we need to go talk to. need to go see Miss Adrian. Oh. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. This box. There's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. Think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Alright. Oh, not that. It looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is oddly shaped and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, could that be this odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there was a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they are keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Alright. Hey, Miss Andrews! Still not gonna talk, huh? I have some evidence for you now. Anything about the sacred urn? She said that we would need something that proved its authenticity. It's the genuine article. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Corrine Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she did discover was that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? This poster. It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am. What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Ah, wait! Or, even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. It looks like she's not going to give up that last Cyclock so easily. Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Well, Miss Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? There's pink paint all over this urn. And there's pink paint all over the floor and walls of the basement warehouse. In other words, this urn was broken here. You can weasel out of this one, Miss Andrews. But we can snooze the ads. But... Uh-oh, she's trying to make her escape. But you can get pink paint anywhere. Well, there's none in my office, that's for sure. Well, there is in my room. Liar. Anyway, the paint on the urn and the paint on the floor, there's no proof that it's the same paint. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. The proof linking the paint on the urn to the paint on the floor. This box. The urn was stored in this, right? Yes, that's right. Well, there's pink paint on this box as well. Ah! I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. The paint on the floor has an odd shape imprinted in it, doesn't it? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Bum bum bum! I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken, on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. But when I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance, the box I was carrying crashed to the ground. Heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karine Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Ami? I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Sorry, Pearls. No, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Alright. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Ami face statue. Aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. And Mr. Nick, there was no paint marks on the walls or the floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. No worries, Pearl. Sanity isn't necessarily necessary, especially in this series. And I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, then who was it? Who would have done it and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. And then the next day, it was moved. But why? Hey. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Well, why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. So then why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. Oh boy. Yep, let's save. We are saving! Oh my gosh. Man. We have gotten a lot done this game, for sure. I actually did a little bit of looking into with minor spoilers to see just how long the cases were going to be. I mean, granted, it's going to be a little bit longer because, of course, like voice acting, talking with you guys, talking things out and everything. Like, it's exciting. So, this has actually been pretty good. And honestly, this is actually a really good stopping point for us since we're about to go right into the trial to kind of build up to the excitement for it and everything. So we are going to go ahead and call it there for today. So thank you everyone so much for watching, whether you've lurked or chatted. I appreciate all of you being here for more of the trials and tribulations. Tomorrow we will go into the trial for the murder case after coming out of the trial for the theft and everything else. So we will see where that goes. Again, we are cutting a little early today. I wanted to try to time it to where we could kind of get in between investigation and trial, just so it's not like cut in the middle in an awkward spot, because it is Spirit and I's wedding anniversary, and we're going to go celebrate and have a good dinner and everything. So I do hope all of you will have a lovely day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I hope we will see you again tomorrow. We will be playing this again tomorrow, and we'll probably play a little bit longer. We'll maybe even see the conclusion of it, hopefully. I guess it just depends on how long this trial will take. But again, if you enjoyed yourself, I do encourage you to follow so you know what we are doing and when. You can also check out the YouTube if you've been missing any of these playthroughs, randos, runs, challenges, and everything else. And if you also are a part of the following us right now, you can also join the community Discord through that link there in the chat so you know what the schedule is, when we're going live. You can talk about the game. Maybe we'll make a spoiler chat for some time in the future, because I know this game is very story and twist heavy and everything else. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've been enjoying it so far, and I hope all of you have as well. But yeah, that is where we're going to cut it. Let me see if there's anywhere I want to send you guys right now. So hang on. I don't know if I'm seeing anyone I want to send you guys to. Hang on. Let me see. Oh, perfect. There is another mod of I Ate Your Pie stream called Raikaru, who is doing his first low-level run. So since I know we were doing that last week, we are going to go over and say hello. Wish him well. I know he is very big on challenge runs and everything else, so I do encourage you to go over, say hello, wish him well, tell him good luck. And yeah, and at some point we will get back to our low level. I know I planned on doing it on Saturday, but I really just needed some extra time, as we all do from time to time, of course. But just go over to Raikaru and say, good luck, Raikaru. I know there's plenty of other messages we could say. And of course, if you're a Bullseye sub, you could always post a Bullseye21 flower and whatnot. But yeah, that'll be it for me. So for now, I hope you all will have a lovely day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I hope I will see you all again soon. Remember, we're going to go over Wish Raikaru well, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.